actually film this the night before because I had intentions on doing some nighttime cleaning and decorating, but honestly, I was so tired that just cooking that piece of chicken and heating up the leftovers just about took me out, so I decided to wait until the next day to clean and decorate. After that, I got my Christmas decor out so I could go through it and decide what I wanted to use this year, and then I also put a new scripture on my letterboard. I've had the same scripture on there for a few years now, but I wanted to switch it up and put something new for Christmas. So now it's the next day, and I'm going to go ahead and take everything off of this bookshelf and wipe down all of the shelves because I'm going to be putting up some Christmas decor. I'm not doing a lot of decorating this year, to be honest. I'm not feeling my best today. I feel achy and tired, but I didn't want to let too much time go by and not put up any decorations because Lord knows Christmas will be here before we know it. So I'm just going to be putting a few things out this year. After I wiped off the bookshelf, I moved on to my kitchen. I wanted to wipe off all of the countertops as well so I could put a little decor out in here. To be honest, I had plans on putting a lot more out than I did, and I was filming some of that, but then I ended up changing my mind about what I wanted to put out because I just wasn't feeling it. And on top of that, I have a little bit of OCD sometimes, so when I'm doing stuff like this, it can be a bit of a struggle for me. So I didn't film as much as I wanted to, which I apologize for, but it's just how I am. And I share my real life with y'all, and that's part of it. So there's that. I'm also not even going to be putting up my Christmas tree this year, not my regular one anyway. I am going to be setting up this little mini one that we got from Aldi's, but I know if I put my big one up, the cats are just going to do what they always do. They like to climb into it and mess it up and knock it over and pull all of the little decorations off of it. And honestly, I just don't have the energy for all of that right now. I know it'll end up being more of a hassle than a joy for me, so I'm just gonna skip out on putting the Christmas tree up this year. So I wiped off all of my countertops and the stovetop and the front of the oven. I also cleaned out my sink, and thankfully the dishes in the dishwasher was dirty, so I didn't have to deal with that today. And then I wiped off Grandpa's table, just the top of it, and then put everything back in its place. Then I got out my little Christmas tree that we got from Aldi's and set that up. I originally had plans on putting this on Grandpa's table, but I realized that once the cats seen it, they would most likely hop right up there and tear this little tree up. I can see them already plucking at the flock and eating it and making a big old mess, so I decided to put it on the top of the bookshelf instead, where they won't be able to reach it, which you'll see in just a bit. But this little tree is so cute and it lights up, and it was only like $8 from Aldi's. We got it a few weeks ago, which I showed y'all in one of my previous videos. Then I started setting my little decor out. I put these two things on the oven door, and then I put a few decorative pieces on my 2-tier tray that I keep by my coffee pot, and put a little white ribbon around my coffee ground jar. I also set up my peppermint candle from Aldi's over here, and then I decorated my other tray with some stuff, which I ended up switching around, and I'll show that later in the video. There was just a few changes that I made, but this was part of the video, so I figured I'd leave it in, but you'll see in just a bit. I moved a few things around and added something else to the counter. Now it's time to get some cleaning done. In the living room, I am going to be sweeping the floor first. This is where the litter box sits behind the couch, so I'm just trying to sweep up as much as I can of the litter into a pile so I can vacuum it, and then I'm going to be vacuuming the floor and mopping the floor and straightening up the living room as well. So here's the 2-tier tray that I said I had moved some things around. I put the little white house in front of it and my snow globe candle from Aldi's and my other little white tree. I'm also finally setting up my 2 new light up pieces that I got from Amazon that I showed y'all in a previous video. I originally was going to put these up in my windows, but my cats love being up in the windows and I figured they would probably be jumping up there and knocking it down and messing it up somehow, so I decided to put these 2 items on the bookshelf. Both of these items will be linked down below. Both of them have different lighting functions. They are so beautiful. I'll also have the video link down below where I did the unboxing and showed you how they worked. So here's my little Aldi's Christmas tree on the top of the bookshelf. I also have my little singing dog that my mom bought me years ago. And I have my manger out because Jesus is the reason for the season. And I also got my little scripture up beside that. And then here is my 2 light up pieces again. I know this wasn't the best, but I did my best and that's all that matters to me. Like I said, I'm not feeling too great and my nose is getting stuffy, so your girl is in a fine shape right now. Well anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!